Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of MMA Talk. So today I thought I'd make a video on Dana White's accidental leak of certain fighters fighting on whatever card it is, probably UFC 305. I think I'm going to go through my guesses and who I also want to fight these people. And I'll be going through my logic on it and just trying to pick out fighters that I think would be suitable for the other fighters. So what I mean by the Uncle Dana leak is this. So this exact post here is what I'm talking about. Uncle Dana made a rookie mistake. So upon the announcement of McGregor and Chimaev dropping out of UFC 303, the cameraman has had a stinker, all right? He's just managed to leak and get the other board in the camera frame so that we can just about make out which fighters are on there. The only issue is we can see one side. So right off the bat, okay, I can see right here that is Adesanya. All right, no fucking doubt. You know, I'm going to get some notes up. Right, so here I'm just going to write UFC 305 predictions, and I'm just going to make a list of all the fighters that are down on that board. So first of all, obviously we have, oh yeah, underneath Adesanya's name, we also appear to have Yadong Song. Yadong Song versus who? Underneath Yadong Song, it appears to be Jack Della Madalena's name. It literally says on the side of the tweet, okay? Steve Ershek, Drakkar Klose. So these 5 fighters will be on the main event. But who will they be fighting? It could be anyone. It genuinely could be anyone. I think the first one that we have to get done straight away, right off the bat, is Israel Adesanya. Unfortunately, so last night I was fucking sat down going, oh yeah, I was writing down who I think is going to be fighting who. Now, this morning, UFC have posted a fight announcement, and it is none other than Dricus du Plessis versus Adesanya. So I guess I can just tick that one off my list. That's an easy fucking pick. So the card's actually been confirmed for the 17th of August or the 18th, depending on where you live. Now, this card will be held in Perth in Australia. Now, obviously, once the full card has actually been released and revealed, which I presume will be soon due to the leaking of it, you know, Dana's probably trying to rush it a little bit and release it as soon as possible. But as soon as I know the full card, I will be doing fight predictions on that. Anyway, moving on. We have Yadong Song. Okay, so now for this one's a little bit trickier, okay? Yadong Song has just come off the back of a loss against Petr Yan. So who does that leave us with in the rankings, really? You know, none of these ranked fighters are going to be fighting anyone outside of the rankings, let's be honest. So if we go all the way down to flyweight on the rankings. So on the flyweight rankings, Yadong Song is ranked 7th. Okay. Now this one's a tricky one for me. So instantly, let's just get Petr Yan out of the picture. Now, Corey Sandhagen we can also get out of the picture because he's fighting Umar Nurmagomedov, second time's a charm. Merab is in for a title shot. He's ranked 1st. Ain't no way Song Yadong is going to come off the back of a loss and then go and fight the first ranked in the bantamweight division. It's just common sense. Now, I'll tell you what, Cheeto could actually be a decent matchup for him. Also, just come off the back of a loss and got battered, quite frankly. Got absolutely smashed up. You may disagree with me, okay? But just hear me out, please. What do you think of Song Yadong versus Jose Aldo? It might not make any sense, okay? But in my brain, yeah, Jose Aldo's just come off the back of a win against fucking Jonathan Martinez. Jose Aldo's back. I would like to see this matchup right here. I would love to see that matchup. Davidson Figueiredo doesn't make sense to me. Realistically, he'd be taking a step up when he should actually take a little bit of a step down, get back to winning ways. So already I've excluded these 3. Henry Cejudo, he ain't gonna fucking fight as he's done. So really, it's just down to Davidson Figueiredo, Jose Aldo, and Cheeto. I mean, I know I'm not looking down here, but obviously Umar's fighting Corey Sandhagen, Dominic Cruz, inactive. So yeah, in my head, for some reason, Jose Aldo makes sense to me. And also, I just think Jose Aldo's a fantastic matchup. Uncle Dana cannot resist a fantastic matchup. I'm going to chuck Jose Aldo down. A lot of people may disagree with me. But I don't give a shit, okay? Jack Della Maddalena. This one was slightly easier for me to narrow down. I've got him fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov. I'm just looking at it this way. Colby ain't going to fight. Colby is not going to fight. He's not fought in, I honestly don't know how long. But his last fight was against Leon Edwards for a title shot. Leon battered the shit out of him, obviously. He could do with a comeback fight, but not against someone who's just come off the back of a win and who's in actually really good form. So I'm getting rid of Colby out of the picture. Bilal Muhammad is obviously fighting Leon Edwards. Kamaru Usman could be a shout, but once again, coming off the back of a loss. I know necessarily it doesn't really matter if they're coming off the back of a loss, but in my eyes, this is just how I'm looking at it. Ian Gary is fighting MVP. I ain't got a clue what the fuck Wonderboy's doing, but it ain't going to be Wonderboy. Fuck Sean Brady. That's all I've got to say. Get him out of the picture. I've now concluded that it will be this ugly man fighting Jack Della Maddalena on UFC 305. How the fuck do you spell his name? Rakhmonov. Hello, Steve Urchek. Where are you, my friend? Here we go. Wow, Steve Urchek is ninth. This one's a very easy one for me and probably most of the public. About a month ago, Kai Kara France called out. Yeah, you could say called out Steve Urchek. But it wasn't like a nasty call out or anything like that. I think he just said something about he think he'd be a good dance partner. That fight makes sense to me. Both coming off the back of a loss. I just feel like that is also the fight that I want to see. Why is Tatsuro Taira all the way down to 13th? And he's also just beat fucking Alex Perez, who's fifth. Suck old Dana. Also, I don't think Steve Urchek needs a step down. I thought he was brilliant against Pantoja. Without taking too far of a step down, I think Kai Kara France is the best man for that fight. So, yeah, we're going to go with that. Now, all this brings me down to is Drakkar Klose. Who the fuck will you be fighting, my friend? This one's a little bit trickier for me. I think this one's just going to come down to who I actually really want to see fight. Dan Hooker. I want to see Dan Hooker fight Drakkar Klose. I think this fight will be held on the feet. I think both fighters will try and outstrike each other. If I'm correct, Drakkar Klose is on a 4-fight win streak at the moment, and he's won 2 of them by knockout and 2 by decision. Dan Hooker's just coming off the back of 2 wins as well, and he hasn't fought for a year. So that realistically makes sense to me. He needs to fight soon. I want to see Dan Hooker fight because I absolutely fucking love Dan Hooker. He's fucked in the head, mate. Anyway, guys, these are my UFC picks for UFC 305. You may disagree with me. That is what makes sense to me. These are the fights that I also want to see. Another shortish video today, guys, but I really hope you enjoyed. I'll be keeping an eye out for the latest MMA and boxing news. Anyway, I've been the Not So Combat Specialist because I suck. See you later.